Hi guys, I'm Martin Roberts, you're watching Bros to Pros, and this is my typical evening snack. What I tend to do is very simple. Scoop of protein powder, which is about 20 grams, and cottage cheese. I typically get the plain cottage cheese, simply because when it comes to flavour and things like that, it's always nice to know exactly what you're getting. If you go for the plain variety and you're mixing it in with, be it chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, protein, it's just well, no nasty surprises. As it was earlier on today, I had because of cutting up for a competition, I wanted to make sure I had some amino acids handy. So I got some branch chain aminos, which are apparently grape flavour, and I threw in another load of aminos, which were lime flavour. And even though they're both flavours from my childhood, the lime being like Starburst and the grape being like one of those Dr. Jekyll food lab things, which were really nice, mixing them together did make me feel a bit queasy. And even though I've had like fruit punch creatine and chocolate whey protein, so it's like having a milkshake and a fizzy drink, it's not always the easiest to keep down. But I find plain cottage cheese and chocolate protein powder, it's sort of like a tangy ice cream with lumps in it. Doesn't sound that appealing, but when you're eating clean and staying lean, you don't always get to have the nicest tasting food, unless you're willing to pay through the nose, which unfortunately I'm not. Finances are always a bit of an issue, and so sometimes going for the cheap and cheerful, as long as you know what you're getting, you know what's in it, and you know what you're putting in your body, it's okay. This is about 50 grams of protein, 20 whey, 30 from the cottage cheese, which is mostly casein. The whey, because of it being an hour and a half, 2 hours after my last meal, the whey gives me a quick jump start with the protein and amino acids to my muscles, which is typically what you get with your meals. And the casein for during my sleep, while I'm fasting from not being able to eat. Some people will have a protein shake during the night and they'll wake up after a few hours, have a shake, and then go back to bed. But I find this to be a very bad idea, simply because you use your sleep to not only grow and repair, but to also give yourself time to relax, give your nervous system time to basically reconfigure, for lack of a better word, so you can basically get up all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and carry on with the rest of the day. So I have this to basically drip feed my muscles protein all throughout the night. It's low carb. There's about, I think, 10 grams of carbohydrates in this whole meal. Unfortunately, it's difficult to completely eliminate all carbohydrates from the protein powder and the cottage cheese. It's low fat, but with that being said, fat isn't the enemy. You need to keep your essential fatty acids especially fairly high, especially if you're having a low carb diet. And I tend to get flaxseed oil, fish oils and olive oil to basically bulk up my fat percentages for throughout the day. If you do this very simple recipe, protein powder, cottage cheese, it can end up getting a little bit lumpy and difficult to eat. So adding a little extra milk or water can make it have a little bit of a creamier texture. And you can always mix it together, a nice little batch, stick it in the fridge, and there you can allow it to sort of freeze over. And from what I've read and the information I've gathered online, frozen cottage cheese has no nutritional devalue to fresh cottage cheese. So you can stick a load in the freezer that's already mixed up, bring it out as it defrosts slowly. I'm not a fan of the lumps personally, and I haven't yet tried freezing it, but I'm under the impression that if you do freeze it after frying in some nuts and some protein powder and things like that, you can make yourself a really nutritious, healthy snack that's also enough to possibly stave off the sweet cravings. If you fancy some ice cream, go for the cottage cheese variety, high in protein. You can make it high in fat and fibre as well, throwing in a load of different nuts. low in sugar, which is always good because you don't want to get the insulin spike, especially in the evening or at night. And it's all round nice meal, and I'll give it my seal of approval. I'm Martin Roberts from Madman Diaries, here on Bros to Pros, and this is my evening meal. If you like the video, like it. If you already liked it, share it. Above all, subscribe. Any questions, feel free to comment. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.